What is up, Mananap? Welcome to Code Konyo. For today, we're gonna talk about file handling. In our previous lessons, when we write a program and then test run it, we actually used to see our inputs and outputs on the screen. And when the program terminates, everything will be perished. Like what we see is actually removed automatically from our RAM because definitely we just use the RAM to store our data temporarily. But in file handling, it's actually a process or a method in which we can store data or information permanently. So right here, as you can see, we have different ways of creating a file. So there's actually a lot of functions that we can use in Python, but the most basic function is an open function. So open function takes two parameters, the file name and a mode. So definitely this these two arguments are useful in uh, in specifying whether what file name we are going to access or what file name are we going to create, and a mode in which it's gonna tell if what do we do specifically for that particular file. So we have four basic modes, which are the R, the A, W, and the X. Let's start with the first one. So this one is in an instantiation in such a way that we created a file. Okay, this is actually a default value. The R means we're gonna open a file and then it returns an error if it doesn't exist. Because this is definitely gonna be used for reading a file, meaning we're gonna fetching, we're gonna retrieving a certain file. So later we're gonna run this one. And then the other one is A. Stands for appends. Appends means you're gonna whenever you store data or information to your file, it's just gonna add up at the last part. Usually, no, at the end of the file or at the end of the file. Okay. So now another is W. W is used to is a mode that is used to write data, and it's gonna return an error if it doesn't exist. Basically, all three modes R, A, and W, which are read, append, and write, is it's gonna return an error if it doesn't exist. Later, I'm gonna show it to you eh, the error, the possible error if we're going to access a data.txt which is not present in our directory. And then the last one is the X. So it creates a file and it returns the error if that particular file already exists. Meaning to say, it's gonna check if that file is it's already in that particular directory, and then it returns the error if it is found. So this is the only mode that checks whether the file is existed or not. Now, there's also an additional mode that we can use. Either we are going to use the text mode, no?